Alright fellas, tonight is the night of the 18th and I thought I'd go through some of this Ridge Road with you. And it's such a variety of points that's coming off the site. You can tell it's a multicultural. So I thought I would just make a video, go through some of the stuff with you, and show you the point I got at Collinsville. My Collinsville video wasn't able to upload, so this is the new Overstreet. And the cool thing about this Overstreet is that I got the autographs of Bob Overstreet, John Pafford, I know you can't read them, and the owner of Arrowheads.com, which is, I'm not really for sure, you can't read his name. I believe his name is Jim, but he's the owner of Overstreet now, Indian Artifacts, and I got all three of their names. And I needed to get Roy Miley's in here, but okay, so we're going to go through this. The point types off the Ridge Road, of course. There's so many different types. I'm going to start out with this this copper adze or wedge that my brother found. Very rare piece, a lot more rare than what it is worth, because there's so many of them found in Michigan and Wisconsin area. But this had to come down from there, and was a trade piece, come down the Mississippi and up the Salt River. Super piece. Oh. So, and we got these types. And I looked through the identification, and these, the only thing that I could find close were called burros, because they're not a sedalia, they're not ground, they're a knife instead of a spear. I'll just show you a couple examples. These are the burros. Northern Midwestern states, a small to medium-sized Lancelot point with convex sides and a straight to slightly concave base. So you take this, and these are actual size in the book, and it is really the only thing that I could find that would be close. And with it being a multicultural site, I wouldn't doubt that that's what this is. 8 to 6,000, early archaic. We got Clovis on there, so I would think that it's possible that a burro would be on that site. Okay, and then we have the Hopewells, which is a Gibson, and I wanted to start out with the preform first, which, who's to say it wasn't a blade also. But that's the one I got off the Ridge. And just for example, I brought some Eisenberg site Gibson preforms. You ain't gonna be able to see them until I hold them in my hand. So this is off the Eisenberg site, one my brother found. This one's off the Eisenberg site, one my brother found. And this is one that I found. show you some finished examples. These are just some Gibsons, just an example because we got so many from the Eisenberg Creek site. Black one. Most of them are stained black. It's a gray flint that is stained black through the mineralization of the creek. It's a really nice one here. We always find them. They're worn down. All the super fine examples are broke. You can see now the different variations can happen. Just like any other point type, you always have your different varieties. No point is made the same. Just showed that one. Let me see this one. Another classic Gibson. I wanted to touch on a Gibson. A Gibson is such a junk name because there's so many Hopewells that are just convex bases like that with the notches. It was such a large population of Hopewells that you just always find the Gibsons or Hopewells. And I apologize for the light, but you can see that's got a tip ding on it and how black it is. Beautiful color, but you can see that underneath it isn't that color. So just to touch on those, Gibson preforms, knife, whatever you want to call them. And then we got the Rice Point, which I found several off of the site, like this one and this one. One with a little deeper side notch on it. Trent found that one, and of course my son has two of them that's not in the frame that he's found. There's the one that's resharpened. Ridge Road site. And let's shut that phone off. So, and then I brought, let's look at the Gibsons. Of course, we got several that are broke like this. We got the super notches on them, and they're broke. So you got your classic Gibsons, mid to late woodland. Everybody knows the Gibsons. And I thought I had a Rice. There we go. Alright, then we get to the Rices. Rice side notch here. Of course, they're in the Ozarks. They're very common. But up here in northeast Missouri, it's unusual to find such a site. So it makes it special. And then these are my better examples of Rices. These are both over 4 inches. This one's got a little bit of heat treat in it with the tip knee. It's a nice piece. Okay, so then we go to let me show you these Gibsons. I gave 2 away to the landowner. There's a classic one. And you see the hole in that one. That's my holy one. You got a reworked one here. Again, generic name for Hopewell. Then we got your Schneider, which could be a Gibson also, just a variant. Who's to say the Indian made the same point time and time again. And then we go to the last point. Keep it going here. And this is the last point I found. Just dug out last Thursday. I haven't been out there since then. I'm going out tomorrow. So wish me luck. And I'll get back with you 1 second. Okay, so this is what I was calling a motley. I really do think it is such a point. Again, with all the different cultural point types that we find on the site, that I just want to show you an example. This is the only other motley point that I got. It's a fine piece. Got some super flaking on it. Flat on that side. Kind of rounded on this side, but not a stack on it. And this is one of my older documented points. You can see my county initials and then the number. I'm in the 1,000 now. So, and we'll go to motley. And the motleys have the big round notches, droopy ears, kind of a convex base, as you can see. All this is this one is a resharpened type. Here's the bigger examples. Of course, you got to have your museum grades, but who's to say that they didn't have a concave base on it with the big round ears? Of course, this point could have been just as big as that one. I doubt it though. And let's see, there was one example here. I had a slight concave base on it. And so I'm not big on the flake patterns of a lot of them, unless it's paleo, of course. And let's see. Then I had the motley from this era. This is the East Central. You know what you're looking at in Overstreet. These are all your motleys here. And it'd be exact if it didn't just have that concave base. So, see the big round notches, droopy ears. It's just got a slight concave base. More of the smaller types. And so, anyway, I just wanted to touch on the point types that we've been finding. Overview of the ridge. And I put a lot of time in this. A lot of digging to find this stuff. So one of these days I'll come across a site that really produces. And of course this is all creek finds here. You got your Rices, your Motley, your Gibsons, and your Preforms. So, alright. I'll get back with you tomorrow.